Welcome back to my channel. I've been a bit busy these days, so I haven't uploaded as many videos lately. Do you guys prefer me to post one video every 2 days or daily uploads? Anyway, today we're continuing with DC Dark Legion, and the topic is about the banners of Zatanna and Hippolyta. In this video, I'll go over both heroes for a quick comparison, evaluate several aspects like their team compositions and legacies to help you decide more easily, and also discuss which heroes have a higher drop rate so you can pick the better banner. Lastly, I'll share my personal opinion and a few small tips for you. Before we start, if you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to do so for more awesome videos. All right, let's get straight to the main topic. First, let's talk about Zatanna. She was recently updated to be more compatible with multiple factions instead of only fitting with the Justice League Dark faction like before. However, some of these updates made her slightly less valued. For example, her first skill used to boost the attack of the strongest ally, which worked perfectly for the Justice League Dark team since it helped Constantine defeat enemies faster with his AoE first skill. But now she summons a clone with 100% of her attack. If you can build her to have the highest attack in the team, it becomes really useful because she can counter Deathstroke by helping Constantine survive. Her clone draws Deathstroke's damage, giving Constantine a chance to strike back. However, this is hard to achieve since most players still prioritize giving Constantine the highest attack. Still, her clone can block Nightwing's offense effectively. Her second skill also summons another clone that attacks up to 300%, and it appears right at the start of the battle, making it a great defense against Deathstroke and Nightwing. Once Nightwing destroys the clone from skill 2, Zatanna immediately summons another one from skill 1, so Nightwing ends up attacking clones over and over again. Overall, this update doesn't make her stronger offensively, but significantly boosts her defensive strategy, which is very useful since Justice League Dark struggles the most against assassins like these. As for her ultimate skill, she now increases her teammates' damage instead of attack and defense. Previously, she boosted both attack and defense, making her a perfect match with Hippolyta and Wonder Girl. But now, since it only boosts damage, she no longer fits well with those two. I mentioned this combo in my Hippolyta video, so I'm clarifying it here for those who watched that one. Increasing damage actually helps allies who already deal heavy damage become even stronger, more so than just boosting attack. Regarding her fourth skill, I already talked about it in my Halloween event video. It hasn't changed much. When used with Justice League Dark, it stays the same, but now it adds a bit of spiritual amp when paired with other factions. Before, that skill had no effect with non-Justice League Dark allies, but now it has some minor benefit. As for her legacy, it hasn't changed either, but since I rarely rated it before, I'll do it now. It's quite useful for Zatanna herself because it boosts her stats, but it doesn't support her teammates much. Aside from a 30% chance to make allies immune to control effects, it doesn't add much team value. Still, if Constantine happens to gain control immunity at the start, he can wipe out enemies very quickly, since most of the time he only struggles when Wonder Woman or Scarecrow keep him controlled. So, should you invest in her legacy? Personally, I don't recommend it. Save your resources for Constantine's legacy instead. For team composition, of course, she still works best with Justice League Dark. My investment advice, if you're focusing on the Justice League Dark faction and need an anvil for Constantine, try raising her to 5 white stars like I did. The goal isn't to use her constantly, but to swap her in when facing Nightwing or Deathstroke to increase your win rate. Since Zatanna's banner will soon be followed by Constantine's, this is a good time to prepare. If you already have a 5 red star Constantine, then just invest in Zatanna up to around 5 blue stars or 1 purple star and wait for her rerun to continue later, since you'll also need resources for Swamp Thing. Overall, recent updates and new heroes have all been designed to counter assassin teams, and Swamp Thing is one of them too. So, if you're playing Justice League Dark, you definitely shouldn't skip her. Next, let's talk about Queen Hippolyta. I've already talked a lot about her before. She's another hero who helps counter assassins and even heroes with AoE damage. Right now, she's incredibly strong, acting as the one who keeps the whole team alive. As long as there's at least one healer in your team to help her survive longer, your team's survivability will also increase significantly. The longer she stays alive, the stronger your whole team becomes. With more Amazon heroes being added lately, she's becoming even more useful. However, since we still don't have clear information about Wonder Woman Death Metal's skills, it's uncertain whether the Amazon team is truly worth investing in yet. Wonder Girl isn't a high damage dealer. She mainly helps the Amazon faction survive better. Her defense boosting skill for allies works very well with Hippolyta since both of them increase each other's physical defense tremendously. If you already have a high star Wonder Girl, then investing in Hippolyta is a great choice because they make each other much stronger. But if you already have a strong Dr. Fate and want to invest in the Justice League Dark faction, which is very F2P friendly, then you can skip Hippolyta or just get her to around 5 white stars. That way, she can still be useful when your team faces small difficulties like a slightly stronger Deathstroke. When it comes to team compositions, Hippolyta is very flexible because she's a guardian who helps your team survive. She can fit into many factions easily, so team building with her isn't difficult at all. As for her legacy, I've already mentioned it many times in previous videos, so I won't repeat it here. Simply put, this legacy supports her directly, which in turn benefits her teammates, since she uses her own stats to generate shields that protect the entire team. Alright, now let's talk about the heroes you have a high chance of getting from each banner when drawing in the bleed. Starting with Zatanna's banner, there are two very strong Justice League Dark heroes, Raven and Dr. Fate. Both of them provide excellent survival support. Raven heals and absorbs damage for allies, while Dr. Fate creates shields to protect the team, similar to Hippolyta, but a bit weaker. Dr. Fate is a guardian, but his survivability isn't as good as other guardians since his skills mainly support allies without self-buffs. Still, he's an essential member of the Justice League Dark faction. As for Robin, he's not particularly strong in a Justice League Dark team, though he can still be a temporary option if you don't have replacements yet. As for Hippolyta's banner, none of the featured heroes really fit into the Amazon faction. However, at least Two-Face appears there, and he's a decent support for the Arkham faction while also providing a bit of help for heroes who deal spiritual damage. If you want him, then this banner might be worth drawing. But if your goal is to build a strong Justice League Dark team as quickly as possible, you should go for Zatanna's banner. That said, if you don't have too many anvils, it's better to save them for Constantine's banner after Zatanna's, since he's the true core of the Justice League Dark team. Personally, I'll skip Zatanna and save all my anvils for Constantine because my Constantine hasn't reached max stars yet. As for Hippolyta, I already have her at 5 white stars, so I'll skip her as well. Alright, that's pretty much everything for today's video. If you have any feedback or suggestions, feel free to comment so I can keep improving. And let me explain one thing. Some of you might find it odd that I use AI for voiceover, so here's why. I don't have a good enough voice or pronunciation, and since I make guide videos, I want everything to sound clear and easy to understand. I'm not using AI to make fake or misleading videos like some others do. That's what deserves criticism. So please go easy on me. I spend a lot of time writing scripts, recording, and editing these videos, and I hope you can understand that. Thank you all so much, and see you in the next video.